lineup, and it didn't really work for them, and they lost that game to Liquid. So I think that, like, to me, it looks at least that this is the game for LGD. If they manage to like get out from the lanes evenly, or like not super stomped, and you know, going to the mid game, I think they have way better chances.
I want to trust this Spirit Breaker. I think Spirit Breaker is a crazy hero, but I'm too worried about the mid matchup going away for Gaimin Gladiators. So I think that Quinn will just stomp the mid lane and just carry the momentum throughout the whole game.
Do you think even if the Spirit Breaker does get shut down in lane, he's still going to have that disruption in team fights and will still have an impact that could carry a later game for LGD?
If there's one hero I would want to get crushed on mid, it'd be Spirit Breaker.
Okay.
So he has that going for him.
that one small glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Although, that being said, I really like Gaimin's speed that they can pull up here. I think like when Alchemist gets his Blink Dagger and they're able to kind of move around the map and be really fast about it, I think LGD are going to struggle playing into this global.
Anything else you guys want to talk about very quickly, especially this arc? We've seen it a couple times for dyrachyo. Is it going to be that thing that ties it all together, the make or break for Gaimin Gladiators? Quickly, Gunnar?
Yeah, I think the Alchemist lane is going to be really stable top, and he'll have a really good time, and just they have so much time to make space for him, just bodies on the map and pressure, that he'll have a good time farming his Radiance.
All right, I like it. Let's see how much confidence Gaimin Gladiators coach has in their draft.
Thank you very much. I am standing by with CY of Gaimin Gladiators, who you had a late night last night, my man. How much time did you have to prepare for today as a whole? Did you only get to prepare for LGD, or did you prepare for LGD and Spirit?
We only prepared for LGD. We didn't have that much time as well. I also want to get some sleep. It's pretty important, but one game at a time, you know? So no preparation for Spirit.
One game at a time, and you come up with a silencer. What's this guy doing in this draft for you guys?
Hopefully he silences Phoenix.
I never knew Dota was just that simple. Now, you only got to prepare for LGD, but I remember that during the Riyadh Masters, you and I got quite a few opportunities to interact, and you seemed confident in your lower bracket run. It unfortunately got cut short at 4th place. Why should I believe you this time that you're going to make it all the way?
I mean, this time we already made it to 3rd, right? So it's better than last time. So you should just believe.
Seattle, you ready to watch some Dota? Let's get lower bracket finals started.
Let's indeed. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's LGD up against Gaimin Gladiators to start off this final day of the International. Fog, we heard there from CY coming in with a bit of a different pick this game on Gaimin Gladiators' side, the Silencer. Could this be the answer to the Phoenix, a hero that we're seeing time and time again so far this tournament?
Definitely feels like a kind of cool pick, a very different one style here. Very good versus the Phoenix, but also versus these saves that we've been seeing a lot coming out in this tournament. The Shadow Demon in particular, we've seen so many games where people just get bailed out of certain death. Very difficult if you're global, so we'll have to see itemization and stuff. Of course, there's going to be some demonic cleanses that you can pre-cast and stuff like that. We'll get all into that as we do from LGD.
If they can get the catch here. Coming in with a wraparound, trying to enter into Gaimin Gladiators jungle, but Gaimin Gladiators, they're hovering around that mid-tier 1 tower in a bit of a tough point of the map for LGD to strike.
Gaming,
yeah,
very prepared.
Super prepared.
Yep.
They know this sort of play is going to be coming out here.
I'm looking forward to this one. This looks like it should be a pretty fight-heavy style draft.
I'll
say that the dyrachyo and Seleri, they kind of step across. Give a setup with a disruption, you. Looking for the follow-up. Who's done with the concoctions there? Tries to hold him back, doesn't matter. You still fight the who's up onto Seleri. Seleri taken down. First blood for LGD. See if they can find something in return. Gaimin Gladiators, the curse upon you. They will at least get to trade. Quinn not able to get the first blood, but still getting that kill as the mid lane is going to feel pretty good for him as the Necrophos.
Especially versus that Spirit Breaker in particular, too. This is a matchup that Quinn could snowball out of control, just like Panel was talking about. Planet messing with dyrachyo quite a bit here.
He's going to try and make it a little bit more awkward for him on his way back towards that top lane. Extra bit of damage coming in. And he'll certainly have money to play with, as he was the one indeed to get that first blood for LGD.
Planet not hesitating whatsoever. Instantly buys out pretty much everything. I think triple mangoes purchased up, so he's looking to be pretty aggressive up here. A pretty strong lane. I don't think that we've seen too much anymore. I know the Centaur a ton, but Centaur and Shadow Demon, an old classic. Very aggressive duo.
A lot of damage. If these two start to get a bit of a level advantage, this Alchemist and Silencer could end up being very vulnerable against the huge amounts of burst that these two can come out within the laning stage. Gaimin Gladiators, they've got to be careful up there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably the lane where lots of chaos is going to be happening mid lane. I think we already kind of expect the Quinn should be able to take advantage of this one massively versus NothingToSay. Bottom lane, This one could also be pretty kill heavy as well too, especially for the side of gaming already.
They're getting
Shiro.
right in underneath the tower. Shiro in trouble. One more slap from Ace will get the job done. Shiro taken down. Ace will lose his life, but happily taking that trade. They're getting in and taking the carry out.
This is getting bloodthirsty in these side lanes.
And overall as well, what did you sort of take away from the carry decisions from both teams? Because it was quite a quick pick with the Luna in response to the Alchemist coming out at the end from Gaimin Gladiators. Do you feel this was what LGD were going for anyway, or do you think this was directly because of the Alch being picked?
I think it probably could have been something they were looking for anyway because of the Necrophos. I know Shiro, he's one of the few players that I've seen that's actually still doing this like 3-1-1 build even in the early game. He's very aggressive, likes to be involved early on. So maybe it's that mixed magical physical damage they wanted just to be able to have versus the Necro as well too. And it fits for kind of this early style with the Shadow Demon that can look to brawl and fight often. Probably a couple mixtures of things that they did want with it. Also, is going to be very good for this night vision, of course, too. Playing with the Spirit Breaker, playing with this Luna night vision, can be pretty strong inside of these teams.
So far, looking at the last hit, that's the mid lane, as you say, as expected. The edge here for Quinn.
But look at Ace's last hits right now, bottom. Does get that kill early on, of course, but he's only got 3 to his name versus...
Is the point already where it's not easy for NothingToSay to sort of approach this mid wave, as it'll take huge amounts of damage and favorable trade going the way of Quinn Necrophos in this 1v1. Top lane, dyrachyo. He's in a bit of trouble. He's got the concoction cooking up. Is he able to throw it out? He holds it for the deny.
All right,
that'll do it. That'll get the job done. He's out of the lane for a few seconds, but at least able to stop LGD from getting the kill against him.
But he is really struggling on the last hit department. So far, New and Planet bringing it to him. I knew didn't win yesterday, but made some pretty amazing plays on his centaur.
And look at this in the mid lane. It's getting pretty nasty. Quinn just sort of running NothingToSay right back underneath the tier 2.
He's just
what do you do at this point in this 1v1?
At the least, he can go back and he can just charge out and stuff, right? So he can make moves all over the match, but it's a matchup that he knows he's going to inevitably lose. But it is at least a hero that can make moves around and is probably one of the best recovery heroes in the game at the moment.
For sure. And for Gaimin Gladiators, they need Quinn to be having this sort of start in the mid because as we're seeing on the side lanes, it's not going quite as well for them.
Yeah, they need somebody to be able to rally around, especially if the Alchemist is having this slow of a start for dyrachyo. Nice attempt there from Planet, trying to catch the wave. 2. Another big kill threat that they're going to be able to have up here on the side of LGD. Bottom though, Ace continuing to get aggressive.
And they've got the Inks well done. It'll allow them to set up to take down Why You Smile. Gladiators, whilst they might not be getting the easiest of farm here for Ace down bottom, they're finding action. Top lane, dyrachyo. Fall pretty low here to the poisons, won't quite die. And both New and Planet also getting beaten down pretty low here by Seleri.
If he gets another one, could be a kill.
So he's cooking up a concoction.
One more.
If anything, he's just going to allow Planet to try and find further connections, but the fourth's not there.
Nope.
I'll turn towards Seleri instead. New, he's stepping up. He's got a hoof stomp and a double edge. Seleri, he could be in a lot of trouble here. New will go with the right clicks alone and take Seleri down. Backs away. Make sure not to use the double edge to bring himself too low. Back up, coming in.
Through.
NothingToSay with the rotation. Charges forward on towards dyrachyo. Dyrachyo this time will not be able to deny himself. Planet gets the kill.
I mean, these two, honestly, Planet and New yesterday were making magic happen again, putting a ton of pressure up here. The Silencer's trying to dissuade the pressure, of course, with those arcane curses, but they're just waiting, patient. And as you said there, they understand. Don't use the double edge.
Exactly.
Just go for the right clicks. Very calculated.
New in particular really knowing his limits on this hero, playing aggressively despite his HP being incredibly low in these situations.
And there you see right away. It's like, yeah, he's losing the mid lane on this Spirit Breaker, but I think Spirit Breaker, Primal Beast, probably two of the best heroes that can just easily make those rotations, gets a good connection. But yeah, Quinn, he definitely will be an issue that they're going to have to find some answers. And they do have answers.
I was going to say,
as game progresses, they've got the Demonic Purge. It's always going to be able to remove the Ghost Shard. They've got this massive amount of magic damage that comes from Phoenix and potentially from the Luna. As he's not going for the beam build just yet, but of course he'll have those points in later.
So overall for LGD, the fact that they know that Quinn's getting this completely uninterrupted free farm in the mid lane, you don't think they're too concerned about that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's going to be, of course, a lot of plays that happen with these global silences that can just potentially save Quinn versus a lot of the burst and whatnot, but they probably feel like they do have some answers. They have that mixed magic.
NothingToSay shows in the mid.
That's deep. They clipped the wave.
tOfu not quite able to connect with the initial slow. See Quinn Should be able to close in with the Inkswell buff upon him. He's got the sights ready to drop down. If he feels that the kill's going to be there, he'll drop it, and he's got it. Quinn able to take down NothingToSay. Same time up top, though. dyrachyo and a spotted bother being chased out by LGD. Completely surrounded by the three of them. Disruption's there to try and mess up the ability for him to fry his concoction. And will self-stun and cause the stun to hit onto New, but it won't save dyrachyo as he goes down once again.
Planet actually even holding the poisons. I think maybe just saving that kill there for New. Calculation coming in 5-4, action-packed early game.
I mean, this
Nice
top lane, he's sort of been knocked out of this top lane 3 times already, dyrachyo. It's not getting any easier for him up here.
He's got pretty much nothing right now. I mean, 2,400 gold, so he's similar as that Spirit Breaker, but level 3 only on the Alchemist so far.
And soon to be hitting, what, level 5 on you.
Yep.
Massive amounts of bursts going to be coming in. They've got this decently sized creep wave pushing forward in towards them as well. So LGD in a very happy spot in this top lane in particular.
Yeah, they're starting to leave Ace alone down bottom. tOfu's trying to rectify what's going on up top, trying to help out dyrachyo.
Yeah, they hit it with the scan though, LGD. So New, he'll be knowing to stay safe, to close to the tower. He's unlikely to be caught out by this rotation.
Why? Ace. Forced to dive here.
Ooh.
He actually stops it as well, too.
Very well played, but at the same time, why are you smiling? He's down to the low ground with the Sun Ray.
That was so quick, the Sun Ray, but can he get away?
I don't know if he can. He's going to have a few spirits to throw down onto Ace. Lucent Beam as well, trying to hold Ace back. He's going to continue to run this down. Another spirit out, slowing down the attack speed.
Okay.
It's enough to actually allow Why You Smile to get away. Meanwhile, back on the top side of the map, dyrachyo got taken down once again. This time, Quinn turns up, wants to try and make LGD pay for it. They will get New in return, but they won't get NothingToSay. Just another instance now where dyrachyo, he is not having fun up here.
He certainly isn't, but New does have to be a little cautious. The one thing about Centaur playing versus Silencer, don't want to die too much. Giving up that int can be a problem for the hero.
Another connection. Quinn's in with the burst. It's another scythe kill here for Quinn.
And this Necro, I think that's what Bo3 Travel finished up, so his movement around the map is going to get faster and faster. Now looking to pressure, I mean, he's going to get good damage onto this tower here. Good thing that Y's there to at least drag a little bit, but Quinn just starts chasing.
He's in under the tower. Seleri, he's getting dove here by the two of them. I don't think there'll be any TP backup for this poor old Silencer, though. He's coming in now, but Seleri will still fall. Planet finishes off the kill. Question is if Gaimin Gladiators can find something in return. dyrachyo's able to step in, throw down the concoction. These are big kills for Gladiators to be picking up. Same time down bottom, Ace chased upon by NothingToSay, and Shiro, the ultimate up in a second here for the Spirit Breaker, but he can't quite find the vision. NothingToSay. So Ace, he'll walk out alive once more.
A good attempt, but just a bit too tanky. You see that he actually did put at least 2 points in the Lucent Beam. Most of these players haven't gone for like the 1-1-3 build. Able to get the kill, but a good attempt. Top 3 cores on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, even though dyrachyo is dying a lot up top. Pretty decent, all things considered.
Especially with the fact that those kind of last 2 deaths on New on that top lane, definitely swinging things back in favor of Gaimin Gladiators.
And now can they hold on to this mid tower is the question. Planet surrounded.
Another easy kill here for Quinn to get involved in, now dominating on the Necrophos.
And he knows immediately the Shadow Demon was getting those stacks up. We'll be able to take him away instantly. Aggressive posturing by Gaimin Gladiators again. Playing around Quinn with this strong start.
Play aggressively around him on this mid area of the map, and at the same time, if LGD look for any moves now on the side lanes with the boots of travel, Quinn, he's likely to be there every single time. So whilst LGD got away with those early kills, the difficulty, it stepped up massively. Making the moves for LGD, it's no longer easy.
No, and nobody wants to go mid, right? They have Why You Smile here just trying to slow down the push, just throwing Fire Spirits on the wave, but the tower inevitably dropping very soon. Quinn, very active as smoke, moving toward top New. He shows himself.
Yeah, Scythe's back up. He's ready to look for another stack. See if New's able to play as well. There's the looks of it. They've sort of avoided one another. New will be able to get around from this one. They'll hit him with the scam, but he's already back to the safety of his side of the map. So New nicely avoiding that move there.
It's actually both scans. They used immediately, both of them trying to find him, so he was able to sneak himself away from that at the least. Ace will be able to clean up some jungle, is going down the Blade Mail route. Pretty good Blade Mail game versus this Luna versus the Phoenix across the board. And very early aggressive wards that we're seeing Gaming already placing down, so they're going to have good information. When you're playing versus something like Spirit Breaker, if he has such a hard lane, you know he doesn't want to return back mid. When they get these deep wards down, you're going to see these charges coming through, so they're going to have a lot of information to play off in these next few moments.
I mean, what do LGD do for the next move? They're going to try and go on bottom, but the Global Silence comes out for Seleri. Ace, he's ready to turn, goes back in with the ultimate straight on towards Shiro. The sight's there, they've got the burst. Quinn turns up, takes him down. As at this point in the game, it feels just it's so incredibly difficult for LGD to make any sort of moves, but at the same time, they don't want to sit back and farm because on the other side of the map, there's an Alchemist picking things up.
I think it's still a bold attempt to go for this Primal. He is very tanky, 1400 HP already. They are quite lacking in the damage early game. Quick rotation, this tower gonna get pressured massively here. They will be able to hold on to their mid tower at the least and get some levels on the Phoenix, but damage being done here from Gaimin Gladiators early on. They're opening it up for dyrachyo to get good timings.
Oh,
Even though he's got 4 deaths, he's about to have his Sacred Relic already done.
It really seems like it didn't matter. Catching up massively. LGD, where do they go next?
Difficult for Luna as well too. If you do start struggling in this game, the heroes that you have to run you down. There's a Primal Beast, there's this Necro who's going to be immensely tanky, and a Radiance that's going to come out soon. You need to start getting something going in their favor.
They'll get the top tier 1, but TPs are coming in from Gaimin Gladiators. So if they're able to catch anything, Quinn not quite able to get in reach of New with the Inkswell. As LGD, they'll get the objective and they won't lose anything for it.
I look where NothingToSay is being forced. Try to find farm. He's just on the outskirts, try to get anything. It looks like it was scouted out though. I mean, they were pinging it. Seleri, he seems to know something's up.
That's sort of one way to get back in the game as a mid-spirit breaker. It's just not easy. Looking for kills, looking for action. It's not LGD's strong point right now against the tools that Gaimin Gladiators have managed to amass.
No, and overall too, he's playing into the Primal Beast, which is a hero that just doesn't even care about status or just if he gets the grab onto them. Shiro again in trouble.
He's put the Lucer Beam just in time to hold Ace back, and he's able to get out of the range of the Inkswell. So by now, onto the 2 supports. Gaimin Gladiators, they continue to move forward.
Nice banish.
They've got the burst. They've dropped the side. Not quite enough damage to burst them.
The egg is down. Good spot.
Baseball pops the egg. They can't quite take it down. Quinn and Seleri, they're trying to hit it, but they can't stop the supernova. It's a turnaround from LGD. They've taken out tOfu. They've taken out Seleri. They'll bring Quinn low.
dyrachyo.
Can LGD get more out of this? Both Ace and Quinn incredibly low at the side of the fight. dyrachyo on the retreat. NothingToSay. Charges in over towards Quinn. Who's stopped from you? Double edge as well. They've got the burst. They take down a 4th. LGD strike back hard.
Beautiful connection. What an egg. Right in the middle of everybody. Gaming tried to go for a very early aggressive play here. The Reaper doesn't do much damage at all.
Oh, they needed that. They needed that big time. An amazing fight there for LGD.
A big wombo combo team fight abilities connecting perfectly there.
We'll see the move again. You know, Gaimin Gladiators, they walk right into this. I mean, it looked like a solid start going for Shiro, but between the Stampede, the hold back of the Lucent Beam, avoiding that initial attempt from Ace, they feel good. They get the Soul Bind. It's an early sight, but it's one that you feel tempted to go for because they're linked together, but it's just a bit too soon. The burst isn't there, and at this point, I think you got the Fire Spirits out as well. The Who Stomps are new. They just didn't allow Gaimin Gladiators any chance to take down this egg.
I honestly, like, pretty beautiful spell casting coming out across the board. Planted even with that little disruption, buying time so that they don't get grabbed from the Primal Beast.
They're going to try and go again, Gaimin Gladiators. This time, they might find Shiro. They're in on top of him. Soulbind's back up. The grab's there. Shiro won't survive this time round. Gaimin Gladiators, not to be deterred after that, the way that last fight went, they went straight back here. This time, they get the job done.
No hesitation. They know that they are pretty cooldown reliant to be able to turn those fights early game since they do have that little bit of a lead. They do have global as well, too. That last fight, Seleri didn't have it, so hanging on to it for the next upcoming fights. Clean up these Ancients. Radiance, it is finished. Y is going to come. He has the shard queued up very early on this. Expected to maybe see that Midas queued up. We'll have to see which route he wants to.
To calm down a little bit here from Gaimin Gladiators. It's definitely going to be a bit more careful about how they make that next move.
Yeah, I think if they're going to make that next move, they're likely to have the global in particular, hesitate a little bit more with how far they go for the dive. But LGD, feeling more confident here. Looking for Quinn as well, too.
Global comes out. They will manage to walk this off, so not the worst of situations there for LG. They'll feel quite good about that one, baiting the global. Gives them a good a minute or so to make that next play without the threat of Seleri being able to put a stop to their move. So a successful bait of the ultimate from LGD.
Yeah, good trade. Demonic Purge only has like a 60-second cooldown. They want to make that a... It's always going to be a pretty good kill threat, just being able to make sure he can't ever get Ghost Shroud off, get the focus fire so he can't move. But
here's the smoke.
Every minute that anything slows down, the gold lead just massively goes for Gaimin Gladiators and sets.
LGD, they've got to try and abuse this window, the global silence being unavailable for Gaimin Gladiators.
And they pop him. They're ready.
It's underneath this ward setup from Gaimin Gladiators, so not an easy part for LGD to strike into whilst they lack the vision on the high ground. Ace Giving a lot of information as well for Gladiators.
Their front line.
They
All
can't
three
get past
cores
it.
effectively are pretty tanky on the side of Gaming. Quinn almost has his heart finished up. I was waiting to see if tOfu was actually queuing up his. Bit of a different route of items. He's actually going for the Yules. I mean, playing versus the Spirit Breaker, it's pretty common to see it. But, I mean, I think we've pretty much always seen those Grims go for those Shard right away. Just how effective it can be. But I guess maybe because of the Shadow Demon, he is hesitating for it a little bit just because that Demonic Purge. But we'll have to see.
Gladiators. You're going to have Quinn on the front lines. He's going to get caught in the opening combat from nothing to say, but he's still got plenty of to play with. They jump forward, but the Soulbite there responds. Quinn, he's perfect. Turns with a side down onto the two of them, takes nothing to say out. Useful for the curse damage of Seleri. The Egg's successful, but there's no chance for LGD to fight aggressively off the back of it, while Ismail has to TP out of the fight.
I mean, your two tanky frontliners just get detonated right at the start of the fight. Egg connects, but doesn't really do much of anything. Tower now. Gaming. Still want to go for even more kills as well, too. dyrachyo, full BKB. He feels pretty unkillable with this BKB on the Alchemist now. I mean, mostly magic damage on their draft early game here for LGD. This is just going to make dyrachyo pretty invincible. Quinn looks like he does go for that shard before finishing up the heart, so he's got a bit more mobility versus the Shadow Demon as well. And they are controlling a lot of this map. I mean, they're denying a lot of farm away from LGD, from Shiro in particular.
I think the concern as well for LGD is the fact that the one fight that they did have going in their favor, it was one that Gaimin Gladiators handed to them. They're still yet able to find anything positive with regards to starting the action themselves and looking to make the initiation. It just hasn't happened from LGD.
Not easy into the draft versus Bruisers versus tanky cores. And yeah, the early BKB from dyrachyo, it's going to cause some big issues. Who do they really want to focus fire now at this point? You focus fire the BKB Alchemist, you probably have to go for these supports because these frontliners are just going to pretty much absorb everything that you throw at them, so. No Egg for 30 seconds, Gaming.
Nice and Quinn.
Keeping that farm going, Quinn.
He's able to dive away here while you smile, but Ace is closing in upon him. While you smile, no Egg, no dive at the ready, there's no chance for survival.
Kill.
Nothing to say.
He is very deep.
He's going to be okay. Gets the charge off in time before dyrachyo is able to find him. Still doing his best to pick up what he can across the map and continue to try and catch up towards getting that Octarine done. Still going to take time though for him.
Gonna take time, and it's always still going to be issues because he doesn't have ways to really protect himself besides that. This big burst that comes out from Reaper, the grab that comes out from the Primal Beast, always going to be an issue for this breaker.
dyrachyo on the Alchemist, a blink dagger around the corner. Next time round, he will be able to get that catch.
And they will be able to get the double connections constantly with the Soulbind with that as well, too.
Some very, very difficult fights ahead here for LGD.
It's getting too tanky too fast on the side of Gaming. Ace, Heart soon on the menu for him, too. Quinn, he's got it finished. Even though they've got this Demonic Purge, he's just too tanky, 6-1 and 3 so far in this Necro. This pick, too much for them to deal with at the moment. Tier 2 now, it's gonna get pressured. Mounted defense here, this is not an easy spot to fight.
They have got the ultimates, but at the same time, so do Gaimin Gladiators. Unless someone in LGD is able to find their way to the back lines, find this silence, so Seleri's going to be able to put a stop to any sort of team fight that LGD try and respond with.
Yeah, not easy for you to just like charge through or anything like that either. There's a Primal Beast, there's a Soulbind that's always going to be stopping you. Gaming, they're just playing as a unit so far, not giving the opportunities to LGD. Shiro is getting some good time to get that farm going. He's got his Manta, got the Mask of Madness, but he needs more to be able to actually show up to these fights, it feels like. This is great for farming, but definitely needs a BKB this game.
Planet.
Okay. I mean, dyrachyo a bit far forward, but has BKB.
Drop the ult upon him.
Ace, flanking.
Trying to see if we can get the grab on the YU Smart, but a quick dive is there. Just a bit of a poke from the supports, but nothing more to push Gaimin Gladiators back as they'll continue to push on and look to take this tier 2.
dyrachyo knows his strength. Having that silencer behind him too, a tier 2 default very early, pre-20 minutes.
Also able to hold on to the tier 2 top. They did have quite a few heroes up on this top lane, LGD, but unable to push the tier 2 themselves.
dyrachyo. He always wants to play super aggressive. He wants to go for the SD. They might be able to sandwich Planet here.
I think they will. Ace coming in from the side. Planet. And he can't run from this one. Jump forward to the low ground from dyrachyo. Another kill and more gold here for the Alchemist.
He's getting way too much on the map. Quinn shows himself top. They have a ward on top of him, but there's just no way for them to punish it. Do you have... Okay, the center's kind of in the area, but they
Getting very close to this sort of timing, 21 minutes or so in, where they're going to have to deal with these two cores that have hearts upon them. You know, Ace has pretty much got his done, Quinn's already got his.
And a BKB Alchemist.
That's a lot of HP that you've got to try and get through with the damage that you've got on LGD's lineup. And you just sort of look at the heroes, and unless everything connects perfectly, it's hard to sort of see these situations in which these cores of Gaimin Gladiators get taken down.
Yeah, and can you protect your egg? You're going to need absolutely everything to connect perfectly, it feels like, for LGD in these next few moments. And for Gaming, the pace is going to continue accelerating. Roche soon to be on the menu for them too, but continuing to look to just control the map before that. Hyperstone now on dyrachyo.
Octarine done now, at least, for nothing to say. So at that higher frequency of weaving in and out of the fights with these charges.
Keep that farm going, but it still feels like they need more and more time, which just still doesn't feel if it's really benefiting them. Gaming, it's just been consistently like 6 to 8k gold lead, even though they're playing versus this Midas.
Just sweeping the map, taking these towers down, and LGD, they will not be showing up to defend them.
Oh, they have this deep ward already placed down too. Y has to be careful.
He gets any closer to this high ground. I mean, even as he is,
he can't
he's
even
still going to get
close.
caught. dyrachyo just jumps in under the tier 2.
Now they know that ward is there, but get a free kill out of it, and potentially even going to get to pressure 2 lanes off of this here with dyrachyo on one and Quinn on the other. How does LGD slow this down? I mean, they're just continuing to try to get this charge, of course, to clear these waves, but need more time for Shiro. Feel ready to fight.
Yeah, that BKB at the least a necessity, but still a couple of thousand gold away from that.
And the necessity, of course, it'll help protect him, but his damage is definitely starting to feel, I mean, feel pretty lackluster even with that BKB. They need everything to connect perfectly. They need this egg. The Sunray, it feels like, is going to be probably their highest damage potential.
Gladiators. Roshan is at the ready if they want to look for that one first.
Have Aghanim is also now finished up on Quinn. And with those early boots of travel that he was able to get to, it's always this way to answer something like the Spirit Breaker, right? He goes to one lane, clears it out, and then he can go join his team constantly while they're on the hunt for this SB. But NothingToSay is doing a good job, at least, of keeping these waves quite cleared out. And he's only died the 3 times, so he's getting some pretty decent recovery. Shard. That planer absorb some type of spells at the least to protect Shiro. Not too often I think I've seen people purchase it.
Has eyes on Quinn, but of course nothing really that he can do about this.
Now the cool thing is, I guess with the planer block, it's the magic resist too. 75% magic resist. If you eat that with a Reaper Scythe, you're probably just gonna live through it. It's gonna be a cool itemization here from NothingToSay to tank spells for Shiro.
Potentially trying to cut some of the creep waves coming in on this top lane, but Gaimin Gladiators, they've already got one.
He's just
right up to the tier 2.
Yeah, dyrachyo, I mean, he has AC done. He's just brute forcing these towers. The map is shrinking more and more.
Shiro with the illusions, trying to at least hold back the waves in the mid lane.
BKB is finished.
Definitely feels like moments away from Gaimin Gladiators, maybe trying their luck at a high ground push. As I say though, Roshan is there, so
probably going to wait for
likely that they'll go for the pickup on that one.
Yeah, it's going to shift up top in about 40 seconds, so imagine they're going to set up around there.
Very much feels like that they're in a position where they don't really need to take too many risks right now. Gaimin Gladiators, a pretty comfortable hold on the game.
Ooh.
Ah,
he gets the catch, tOfu!
In with the Inks, well, they don't even have to use the Reaper Scythe early. They'll drop it now, still won't get the kill with it, but they get the kill after.
Oh, that was sick by tOfu. What a quick blink into insta-popping that Inkswell. Seconds till that Roche starts shifting. They're already positioned around the top lane. Cruising. Playing the map, it feels like wherever they want. Even though LGD is getting the farm, they are completely avoiding anywhere that Gaimin Gladiators does go.
LGD, I mean, in terms of items, we'll see sort of what pickups they are able to get in place before this kind of Roshan pickup into high ground push that's very likely to be coming in from Gaimin Gladiators does occur. But the BKB, it's there. He's got the money for the shard if he wants to pick that up. Anything to sort of provide him some defensive capabilities. Trying to get that small crit online as well, Shiro, just to have some sort of damage against this inevitable push that Gaimin Gladiators is going to come charging at them with.
And that feels like it's going to be the big issue, is will they have enough damage to go through Ace, the Heart Primal Beast, the Alchemist who's incredibly tanky, and this Necrophos. And now an Aegis as well too, which they cannot contest up here. The levels as well, too, on the supports. I mean, that's something I'm always going to be looking at for the Phoenix. It does feel like he's going to be one of the most important ones for the side of LGD. Still not level 12. His pace of this game, he's not able to find the connection or get the levels from fights. Roche.
Be able to finish the tier 1 mid. Get an extra bit of a cash bonus here for the team.
A little bit they can get, they need.
GD, be very careful with their positioning. Outside of the base right now. Are in a spot that Gaimin Gladiators are starting to close in upon. High ground, surely going to be the best place for LGD to try and make their stand here against Gaimin Gladiators.
Gaimin even wants to go for that high ground too. We'll have to wait how long they want to push the issue forward here. Shiro does find an illusion rune, probably one of the better ones that he can get in this type of style game where things have slowed down massively. Cutting some waves, does get that top wave there. So this is the final wave that Gaming has if they do want to go threaten that high ground. Level 18 has been hit on dyrachyo. See if he does threaten a little bit here. He wants to.
He knows it's so hard for LGD to punish any sort of jump that he wants to go for on this push.
Yeah, start getting the poke. Quinn gonna start throwing those heals out as well too. This tower's dropping, there's no glyph. 13 seconds.
They've got to do something there, LGD, otherwise they're going to be losing a rack.
That was perfect timing really for Gaming to take advantage of that glyph still being down.
Clear out the illusions.
And the Rax is gone.
Take out the range, they're onto the melee. LGD, what's the plan? Fire Spirits for now seem to be enough to stop the push here from Gaimin Gladiators.
They've got the lanes cut, so Luna does get both of those, so no more creep wave up in the top lane, but we'll buy them some time. A nice move from Shiro. Nothing to say, considering a charge, but doesn't want to start a fight just yet into this Aegis. Nice play from Shiro. A little illusion micro. Deal there. Level 18 now, and he does have that small crit pin. Now maybe this is that indicator for LGD. This could be the call where they feel like they're going to start having some damage to look at the fight. BKB also finished on new, so he can actually get into those fights and not have to worry about just getting instantly globaled and getting off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage as well on the top side of the river would be quite the pickup if LGD are able to catch wind of that one.
Siege.
BKB on Quinn. He's also ready to go fully in on the push. dyrachyo onto the barracks. LGD, they may just have to let this set go by the looks of it. They don't try anything on the defensive on this one, so a full set of racks will be taken down by Gladiators.
Yeah, still too afraid.
Still 2.5 minutes left with this Aegis to potentially push for more. They are going to have to head back and deal with the state of the rest of the creep waves as they have been. They consistently pushed in. Shiro really pulling off the work here to keep this game alive.
Through. Very deep positioning here. Playing around his vision, does have that ward on the high ground.
Gladiators, they'll send dyrachyo down bottom to deal with a creep wave on that lane. The rest of the team ready to start pushing back out the mid.
They're doing kind of this cool maneuvers though, where it's, yeah, the objectives are being taken from Gaming, but look at the gold. You know, it's starting to get a little bit better there for LGD with the way that they're just playing the full farm game around the map rather than contesting the push.
Maybe feeling strong enough to set up for something themselves here, LGD. Smoke up with Shiro, feeling that they're now at a point where they can try for looking for a team fight.
dyrachyo on the front lines though, the DD still in the top lane.
I mean, ideally, who you're finding here? Do you want something that, like the quick squishy heroes? You want to get on the silencer first, take him out? You know, what would be the ideal catch for LGD?
You probably at least want to know where the silencer is, and someone has to stop the global to come out. But we'll see who they want to jump first.
They've got eyes on the two of them.
He's getting the charge.
There's interrupts in the initial attempt from New. The global silence comes out. The supernova's there, but Gaimin Gladiators, they can fight this out and keep to the distance. Ace will get caught by the initial stun, but he's so tanky.
Got the grab on both.
The soul right there, the grab as well. dyrachyo picks up the double Shiro. He's got the BKB in the Eclipse. Ace, he's somehow still alive. Finally, he'll fall as NothingToSay takes him out with the ultimate.
Oh my!
You see Shiro able to BKB TP out, so LGD at least able to cut their losses there, and they do find a kill in return in that fight. NothingToSay only just able to catch Ace underneath the tower. So something to be found, but still not quite what LGD were hoping for.
I mean, look how much they have to commit just to kill Ace, and he actually had the BKB coming out on the courier, so it's good that they got the jump right there. Otherwise, he absolutely just lives.
And now down the mid they go.
dyrachyo still has 30 seconds with this Aegis. Quinn backing him up. They used absolutely everything there on the side of LGD. No BKB at the ready for Shiro. Him walking up, he could just get exploded instantly if he does.
Yeah, not a great fight, of course, for LGD, but it definitely could have gone a lot worse. If they lost their Luna in that situation, it would have been rough. Nothing to say. Trying to clear out the way, put a stop to the push there. In with the sub-round, a lot of damage. Dyrachyo's down once. Has got his BKB ready here for the second round.
He's got the blink as well.
He's going to be out. Nothing to say, though. He charges forward. Instantly gets clipped by the Phantom's Embrace from tOfu. They tell him with a slow jump forward again. They're trying to control the Spirit Breaker. They'll throw out the dust. Another slow, not going to connect. So Ace trying to close in, but the charges back up. Nothing to say, able to put a stop to the push and get away.
We'll live to see another day. tOfu, will be okay. And they're looking to keep going. How long on this egg? 20 seconds. Full butterfly now for Shiro.
I mean, Shiro, he's silently, slowly, he's doing it. You know, the farm is there.
Can they keep him alive? BKB is back up. Can they protect him? Immense. Lift. Still cooldown for about 4 minutes.
Who goes in first for LGD? It's got to be New.
And look at dyrachyo the whole time he's been doing this, turning that Radiance off consistently when he's going for the...
And he's in.
dyrachyo's in.
The BKB's off just in time there for Shiro. Still to get clipped by the Soulbind. He tries to turn it with the Eclipse. Ace is falling low. Shiro focused on the one and able to take down Ace.
Deleted.
dyrachyo to back up. They're running away with the BKB, but the physical damage is coming in. dyrachyo finally able to keep to his distance. Quinn gets back in on the midst of it.
He's in the middle of everybody.
Side. He's able to finish off Shiro. Quinn taking down the Luna. Shiro out with no buyback available. He's spent up for the butterfly. See LGD with the disruption, but they're not going to be able to find anything more. I mean, it looked to be a solid defense from LGD, but the fact that Quinn, he knew that he could get straight back in there, finish off the Luna. It's a big kill to be found, because if Shiro survives through that, LGD, they definitely be looking to make a play within this next minute. With Shiro going down there because of that play from Quinn, LGD, they'll have to hold back once more.
Look how much damage Shiro was able to do. I mean, Ace popped BKB and just literally died in seconds. I think he hadn't even had like the Vindicator's Axe bonus armor. He literally died so fast trying to get the double grab. Quinn, that was a really cool call to make. Like, you see dyrachyo drops to what? I think it was like 100 HP or something like that. Quinn just jumps into 4 or 5 heroes and getting away because of it.
Yeah, these players really knowing their limits. We sort of saw it yesterday, right, with Yator and his morph, you know, waveforming into these crazy situations. This game is Quinn is going right into the midst of pretty much, 4 heroes to take down that crucial kill and keep this game for now held in Gaimin Gladiators' favor.
Definitely seeing, though, that Shiro, if they don't give him the respect, he is going to be doing a lot of damage now at this point with this butterfly.
Keeping this game alive here, LGD.
High ground is always going to be the best place for them to get defense. It's always going to allow wayuSmile to have kind of like perfect positioning with his right. Actually make an aggressive move themselves. They're feeling confident perhaps after that last fight. It was very close to them just wiping pretty much everybody there on the side of gaming, so don't blame them if they feel quite a bit more confident now.
I see a smoke from Gaimin Gladiators themselves as well. Yeah, Seleri's ready to pop it. Smoke on smoke.
Maybe Roche should soon get up.
You pick up as well for Nothing to Say. Has his Lincoln, so not easy as it before to sort of set up from any of these single target disruptions or plays from Gaimin Gladiators. Ace, smoke dispelled. Teams aware of one another.
T up around this top rune. He's actually going to go for Nothing to Say. Bulldoze, and we'll eat it. Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
LGD.
Time bought. Shiro getting bigger and bigger. Getting these buff ups too. I saw the Solar Crest picked up before that last fight as well too from wayuSmile. They're starting to throw their eggs at this Luna basket.
Radiant are scanning.
Half. Time.
Dire's
And they want to try and contest this Roshan though.
Yeah, so I
they
imagine so.
certainly feel a whole lot stronger right now, LGD.
Yeah, especially, I mean, with the Lincolns in particular for Nothing to Say. Now he's going to be able to just straight charge through these fights and perhaps just eat one of these big spells or two, especially with Planar Pocket too, right? He could just tank it off one of his teammates. Potentially mean that this map is going to get farmed out from Nothing to Say and from Shiro. Panic soon on the horizon for Shiro.
Gladiators, they want to try and look for the hit before the Roche spawns.
Radiant are
And they highly suspect that LGD will start to set up outside of the base. Remove themselves. The high ground here, who are they able to jump upon? dyrachyo goes towards the creeps, not going to find anyone there though. They're in towards the triangle, LGD.
That was being shoved in though. Look at bottom and mid. NothingToSay has completely pushed those into the tier 2s now at this point. New? And why?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Get away.
His bottom tower is under attack.
15 seconds, Roche. They know it's got to be up soon, Gaming. Just play in that corner area.
LGD's got to get over here. Smoke up from themselves this time. Full satanic done on Shiro.
Check this illusion push in mid. Hey, Quinn, he's actually got to go answer it a little here. Double catapult wave with these double illusions. LGD smoked up. They saw Quinn move. This could be their opportunity to strike. 28 seconds, no TP for Quinn to join his team.
His middle tower is under attack.
Getting all these little items, the fact that they've now got
Look at this
the
position.
2 Lotus Orbs ready for the next fight. Shiro.
He knew. He
Yeah,
knows.
he's
He
in.
knows.
He's able to get the 2-man who's on the so right.
It's
the coming
perfect.
in for the side. They eliminate tOfu. They take down dyrachyo. They'll be able to bring down Seleri as well as Gaimin Gladiators trapped in the corner. They didn't quite have the detection for Seleri. He'll use himself up, but there's no escape for this silencer.
So sick.
I mean, just trapped in the corner there, Gladiators. They were not ready for LGD to come and pincer them in and now open up the opportunity for LGD to head into the pit and get Roshan for themselves.
It's the big brain split push plays that were coming out. Spirit Breaker cutting bottom, Luna cutting mid. Eventually, someone reacts as soon as they see Quinn. No hesitation. They know exactly
LGD,
where they were.
the way that they've held on in this game, kept their cool. Now they're striking back, and they're striking back hard. Gladiators are going to be shaking in their boots a little bit with the way that these last few fights have gone. These moves absolutely huge for LGD, as LGD now starting to take the lead in this game.
I mean, Shiro's pretty much completely neck and neck with that Alchemist now. And an Aegis.
It really feels like some of the best Luna performance we've seen, really, honestly, with how Shiro's done in terms of finding the farm, keeping the game alive with his sort of the map movements of himself and the illusions. He's been doing so much.
I mean, him and NothingToSay, even though you don't really... It's like this invisible kind of impact from this Spirit Breaker, but the amount of space that he's been able to make just clearing creep waves with this charge, it's gotten them completely back into it, and now they're potentially the ones going for this high ground.
Absolutely. I mean, now for Gaimin Gladiators, now that they're playing from behind, how does this change things up for them? What sort of conversations do you think is going on right now in the Gladiators booth?
Good question. They're probably still feeling pretty confident with their fight, but they're definitely feeling a little bit more scared of this Luna. They probably need to start figuring out the answer for NothingToSay, because he's just getting way too big on the Spirit Breaker now too. And
DD in the bottle.
They've got everything at the ready.
Shiro's very close, about 1,000 gold away from being able to pick up the full Daedalus as well. This Luna, absolute terror in these team fights.
And Why Smile is also queuing up for the big play. He's going for that refresher, feeling they do not have an answer for the egg. If they don't get the global off, he's got to get these eggs off every single time. Does go down. Changing item builds a little bit, but he is just going to go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gladiators, do they want to try and fight into this Aegis? 3.5 minutes here for Shiro.
They don't have the same way to be able to push these waves invisibly, right? Like, now it's difficult for them to actually keep their lanes pushed out. They don't have these illusion pushes. They don't have the Spirit Breaker kind of charge thing to be able to deal with it. So they kind of have to stick as this unit now on Gaimin Gladiators for the next, probably for these next.
Dire's courier has been killed.
We'll be able to find the Demon Edge. A big kill.
They do. They'll be able to stop a bit of that damage being built up by dyrachyo. Shiro, he's ready to start pushing.
I mean, this building dies quick versus the DD.
Forces out the fortification. Now it's Gladiator's turn to try and do something on the defensive. We'll see if they're able to put a stop to this one.
As soon as that tower drops, these racks are going to drop in seconds.
Try and get the jump on his Shiro, but the Manta's popped. Ace, he has to back away. NothingToSay in with the charge, but he gets pushed back.
dyrachyo.
Trying to go for the concoction, but it's onto the illusion. Shiro is able to put the BKB. Starting to get a bit low himself, so doesn't feel confident, even though he had the Aegis to finish off the racks. He'll back off for now. Daedalus now picked up.
That was pretty cool from dyrachyo, actually. Doesn't have to use his BKB. He's scared about the reflection of the concoction. Actually forces Shiro to use his. He'll back away.
They've got so many ways as well to sort of buff up and protect Shiro on the pushes. Right, with the Lotus picked up by New, the Lotus picked up by Planet. So many things to just throw upon this Luna and just allow Shiro to get in and do the damage. LGD, they may have been pushed back, but I'm pretty sure they'll be looking to go again. Still 2 minutes to play aggressive with the Aegis.
Yeah, some nice itemization. I mean, playing into the Silencer, playing into Necro even Grimstruck. I mean, this Lotus could be incredibly effective. bit trapped inside their own base. dyrachyo.
They're gonna get the jump on him.
And they get jumped.
Does open things up. They'll drop the global, but the supernova was there in time with the sunray. It burst through dyrachyo. He's out for 75. New Ogre Seal turning forward. They're pushing in on the mid lane. They'll be ready to approach the high ground again and maybe even force out this buyback from dyrachyo. He's out for 70. Quinn.
Now Quinn also.
Thanks a Lucid Beam. Charging for nothing to say. Knocks it back as well. The other
Eclipse.
but the Eclipse, but the BKB's out. Quinn backs away. The turn of the Soulbind. Jump forward. dyrachyo tries to go for the Abyssal Blade stun, but it's onto the Lotus Soul. Stuns himself. Ace in the midst of the all the sides coming.
They get the Reaper.
It takes nothing to say down. There's a
Shiro's in trouble.
He's getting completely trampled upon by Ace. That's Shiro down once. Can they do it a second time round? BKB is still on cooldown for 2 seconds. He's going to have it up now. He's ready to press it, ready to turn. Looks towards dyrachyo with a Lucid Beam, but Ace crashing across the two of them. Shiro into
He's got to run.
He's driving the TP out of the BKB. He's come to it again. He
actually gets out.
Shiro able to TP out. As Healer's game, you will not. As Gladiators, they'll find you, but they won't get anything else. No, I don't know how, but
how did Shiro
actually
live?
Able to live there. Despite his BKB coming to an end, I mean, both saw the things around there. The fact that his BKB came back up just in time from being able to survive that initial burst from Gladiators. And then even though it was a short one, he's able to TP away. Both teams expending a buyback. dyrachyo with a buyback for Gladiators, nothing to say with a buyback from LGD.
Quinn is still a definite problem for them, though. I'm seeing him in these fights just absolutely wrecking everybody.
Look at these
he gets ignored
numbers.
for a second, and like I watched Shiro pop Satanic and turn to try to hit, and I'm just watching his health actually going down anyway, so does still have to be careful. Showing that it's anybody's game. These buybacks gonna be very crucial. dyrachyo having his use his for the defense there, and then also now Spirit Breaker, nothing to say. He used his to try to join that fray afterward.
Yeah,
he got worried.
He got the BKB purchase as well, now ready for the next fight. So a new BKB on him, close to the 25 as well, on Nothing to Say. MKB now finally done with the courier coming back up. dyrachyo's able to pick up his Demon Edge. Big items for themselves. Hex for Quinn.
They have 2 different ways now to be able to go for these big plays, to go for this big double plays as well too with the Grimstroke. More and more ways to break this Linken's, more and more ways to go for Nothing to Say. His Aghanim stop all now. Another element that LGD does have to answer. So this Luna illusion is going to be terrifying.
Oh, it is. We've seen many times how much this Dark Portrait can do against the right carry, and against this Shiro Luna, it's certainly the one to get a Dark Portrait upon.
If they have these Butterfly, Butterfly is the best item to have on these Dark Portraits. Shiro.
Quinn trying to close in, Tofu's able to get the Silence, to get the Hex as well, but it was launches back up towards Quinn. He with the stun, it's a 3-man who's stop into the charge, a beautiful jump from you! Gaming Gladiators, they have to run! BKB from dyrachyo is on the retreat, another charge for Nothing to Say over towards Ace. Quinn getting completely kited as LGD back off away from him during his BKB.
Can they
jump for Newitz again? Catches there. Who's stop into the charge? Do they have the damage to threaten Quinn? The buyback's going to be coming out from tOfu.
Shiro.
They turn back over. They've got the Hexen on the Shiro. Shiro needs help.
He's gone.
Disruption.
Oh, disruption.
He's there. Puts a stop to the side kill, but he's still going to be kept at ground. They're finishing him off. Shiro out of the game. They turn toward Nothing to Say. Nothing to Say. He has no buyback. He cannot afford to get caught, and he won't. Charges over towards the mid lane. The Infant is back up.
Can he get away?
The TPing over. And look like they have the detection here on the front line, so Nothing to Say he'll live. A big escape from him. If he goes down, he's down for 2 minutes.
I mean, massive stun from New, but still the issue is Quinn. He's zoning 4 heroes away while protecting his allies.
And they find the big one. They take Shiro out. Buyback is available for him. We'll see how much they're able to take here, Gaming Gladiators, before the buybacks come out from LGD. It's dyrachyo in on the mid lane. Tier 3s are gone. Onto the backs. There's the buyback from Shiro. Gaming Gladiators, they respect it immediately.
They got out big there on the side of Gaming, forcing these buybacks. Roche, 50 seconds till coming back up. How do they kill Quinn? Actually, like, he's really just zoning 4 or 5 heroes away constantly, even though his Alchemist is getting burst in a lot of these situations. Quinn, he is a standing start, 9-1-6 so far in this Necro.
Sort of offensive-wise in terms of the items, we're seeing LGD just feeling that they have to lean towards the defensive. You know, Shiro is queuing up himself a Lincoln Sphere for the next item. Just really doesn't want to get caught or suffer the threat of being just jumped upon by this instant Hex catch from Quinn.
Lotuses and Lincolns definitely are the dream versus these single target abilities, but I don't know. I'm seeing him switching a lot. Okay, now he's got the Rapier up. I saw him do this before.
Let's hope we get that one.
Maybe he feels like he does need it, just be able to bring down this Necro, because their overall damage, it's not fast enough to kill him, it seems like. He's getting this regen just to build up constantly. And yeah, just the overall damage he does in these team fights. Okay, lead back up for Gaming. A lot of buybacks, of course, to use. The most important here He used quite a bit there.
They did, the big one. Shiro and NothingToSay. Bit of time for theirs. Of course, over on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, dyrachyo still on the 3-minute cooldown himself.
Absolutely.
2 minutes or so until we see Roshan back in the game.
Up for dyrachyo, level 25 also has been attained.
Could make the difference as well. Those last few jumps of dyrachyo, they have been kind of caught out by the Lotus Orb. They're able to get out. This time, maybe making the jump from the Ninja Gear smoke up could allow him to get in with that opening Abyssal Blade before LGD can react.
This could also be a big difference maker in the fight. Swai now has the refresher.
Oh, I mean, we're seeing some fantastic eggs and sunrays come out from him.
Double, of course. And he's level 18.
Yep.
So it is that big one. Mana pool is quite lackluster, though. Lost a bit of int. He's 699 mana, so has to just refresher an egg. Has to be a little bit careful about that secondary.
This could be, I mean, Gaimin Gladiators is ready for this
mangoes.
one.
That's
LGD, they smoked up New.
Charge coming in.
Trying to get some information, NothingToSay, get some vision here for maybe New to follow up with a potential boost on the illusions. They're pressuring in on the mid lane as well. Gaimin Gladiators, they might have to do something about this. It's going to be a fair bit of damage done potentially with these creep waves pushing in.
I don't think they want to go back, though. Last time the Quinn went back,
I mean,
it
these
caused
illusions.
disaster.
And his barracks are taking quite the hit in the mid lane.
Likely to fall. I mean, these illusions.
Yeah, they have to put the fortification at least there.
I mean, Quinn is walking back. Okay, so he's trying to save his TP to be able to join his team, but the racks, at least the range racks, might just fall down. Get off Roche, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's sort of the slightly longer respawn, so definitely working in favor of Gaimin Gladiators, allowing them time to get back and hold the base and maybe get back over towards the pit if they do want to try and contest LGD in this position.
Do they have I don't think they have a smoke left. Well, they have a couple Ninja Gears, but I don't see a smoke on them to make it their way back up there. They're going to go as a unit.
I mean, do you think you have to still try and force this fight, or do you... what's the call here from Gladiators? This could be a difficult fight to take.
They probably still want to fight because they feel maybe like they have like some of this number advantage with Quinn having this buyback. Call quick though, because this Roshan dies in no
time. It's going to be going down quickly. There's the smoke delivered out. Gaimin Gladiators, they'll start to head towards the pit, but they've got to do it fast.
The positioning from NothingToSay. He'll be able to break the smoke.
He's in on the high ground. It's going to be hard for Gladiators to get past him. Shiro and you getting the space to finish off. Ace.
NothingToSay.
Able to get the grab. They turn straight away. The side comes down. And NothingToSay is able to put the BKB jump forward from Ace. NothingToSay is able to live for now.
He takes out.
He's onto the egg with the chemical range. He's able to take it.
Solo kills it.
Takes the supernova out. Turns over to one unit. Put the BKB.
Big stun.
Zero. In with the turn. Gets the Aegis on the Luna. dyrachyo tries to stand his ground against him, but he's caught by the disruption. They're onto the Luna. The Luna's out the once. And he's not got a lot of buyback. This second life hit for Shiro could be a rough one. See if he's able to get out of this one.
He's alone.
He picks up the rapier. He's not able to get it out to him. He tries to put the refresher, but he's
gone.
He's out, and he just sped up. His buyback, of course, still on cooldown. He's out of the game for 2 minutes. A huge window now for Gaimin Gladiators to try and end this one.
They had the bodies. dyrachyo solo killed the egg. He just full commits onto it.
No Shiro here.
That's got to be it. I mean, they can just push the two most important heroes are gone.
NothingToSay will be back in 20 seconds. Okay. 20 seconds and buyback will be there for the Spirit Breaker, but no Luna for the defense.
They at least have one of the extra eggs still up with that buyback from the Phoenix, since he did just die on the first go. Gaming just throw bodies in, and Quinn.
I mean, can they hold?
Not easy without Shiro. He's all the damage. Going for the Megas. They're playing it safe here, just in case.
NothingToSay. The buyback available. It'll be a 4v5 at the least here for the defense. The rack's gone.
Dropping. Spirit Breaker buyback, but still 60 seconds. No Shiro.
LGD. NothingToSay, trying to start off the defense, jump off from you. In with the Hoostop straight away on towards dyrachyo. dyrachyo stepping away, is able to put the BKB. Off from NothingToSay, bashing it on towards Ace. They're bringing Ace down low. The Supernova pops successfully.
But the buildings, the objectives are being taken.
The base exposed. They've got to do something crazy here, LGD, if they want to hold.
dyrachyo being careful. 10 seconds for Chemical Rage. He's letting Quinn just hit the throne.
They're doing it safely. They're doing it carefully here, Gaimin Gladiators. Another charge for NothingToSay, trying his best to tank the spells. Loads are thrown out upon him. Reflexively, Abyssal Blade from dyrachyo. Seleri trying to hit onto the Ancient himself. 20 seconds. They've got the fortification. LGD doing their best, holding out for a Shiro here, but he may not respawn to die as he's dead for 15 more seconds. They're looking to close it onto the Ancient. 10 seconds until the Luna's up. NothingToSay, trying to put a stop to it all. New, he's in with the Hoostop. He's got the two of them. He gets the jump. They're both returned from a dyrachyo. dyrachyo. He did. They killed him. It doesn't matter though. Ace finishes off the agent. GG is called. Gaming Gladiators will take this game 1.
What a team fight up top. I mean, beautiful stuff from Gaming Gladiators, just having the